Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Kristen Don One, and I am back with another video. Came across this story on the interwebs. When you're talking about DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie, and the Brow, can they make this a successful winning season for the New Orleans Pelicans? Okay, and when they were the Pelicans traded for Boogie Cousins, and a lot of people have a lot of mixed expectations for this team. If this team was in the East, I think this team would be a playoff contending team. But I still feel like at the end of the day, they still have some pieces. They still have some opportunities that they need to address. Most notably, the point guard position. I know Rondo is over there as of right now. And with his leadership and his experience, that's a plus. But when you talk about his durability, he's been in the NBA for a minute. And, he hasn't, been able to put together a full season where he's playing in every game and he's not injured or he's been fined or suspended or whatever the case may be. It seems like every team he went to, somehow, some way he misses games due to injuries or suspensions. He's a strong-minded type of individual. A lot of organizations, a lot of successful winning organizations can tolerate an individual like that. But when you're dealing with organizations that really don't have experience dealing with strong-minded individuals like that, and they're not winning successful franchises, they may look at this as a distraction and maybe a problem to them, okay? So the Rondo factor, even though they got a point guard, his durability and his attitude, his behavior, it may rub people the wrong way, okay? I think he's with the perfect coach. When you're talking about the New Orleans organization, they're pretty much considered like a laid-back organization. They don't have a lot of restrictions, okay? So I think it's going to work to their advantage by signing him, okay? I still think they need to address their bench. What bench? They really don't have a bench. I feel like in the draft, I see a few pieces that they drafted that may be proven very beneficial for them. However, I feel like when the NBA free agency began months ago, I think they should have at least gotten one more or try to figure out a way to get one more star to that organization, okay? Not necessarily a star, when you're talking about either a shooting guard or a small forward who can dribble the ball, who can help in the defensive perimeter game and can also help in scoring when Boogie or the Brow, Anthony Davis, are struggling or dealing with their problems as far as gelling together, because this is the Twin Towers of the 2017, okay? This is going to be the new version of the Twin Towers. And both of these big guys are very explosive, and they can get their points any type of way, however you want it on the court, okay? They don't necessarily have to use their low post game to generate points, okay? They have other ways and other routes to get their points. So to me, them two gelling together is, and now they got a full preseason together, a full, they pretty much was pretty much playing together last year via the draft, and during that season they were trying to figure each other out. But I feel like they got enough under their belt to where they can put something together for this year. Okay, so we're going to have to wait and see. I still think they're missing pieces along the way. When you're dealing with the Western Conference is more offensive oriented. Okay, yeah, I know somebody's going to say, well, you're talking about they don't have enough people that can guard the top perimeter players when you're talking about Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Westbrook, Harden, Chris Paul. They don't have individuals that can, defend them on the perimeter game. However, when you talk about those teams, they really don't necessarily have anybody that can defend these two twin towers. Okay, so I feel like there are going to be some games where they can utilize the twin tower approach between those two guys, and they can be, and that version can be very successful. But however, I feel like there are going to be other games where they're going to have a hard time guarding those perimeter players. Okay, so ultimately, as far as the chemistry goes between those two players, I think it's going to be a great chemistry. It wouldn't surprise me if Boogie re-sign and re-up with the New Orleans Pelicans and stay with Anthony Davis, okay? Because I feel like that's a good environment for him, instead of him going someplace else. But still, they have problems with someone that can defend the successful perimeter players in the West, okay? And I feel like they're gonna have a mixed. They're gonna have a mixed season, okay? I think they can get the seventh or the 6th seed, maybe the 8th seed, but I don't see them getting anything past that, okay? I think if anything, since the Clippers been dominating in the playoffs, and I think this is going to be a struggle year for the Los Angeles Clippers. I feel like the New Orleans Pelicans may occupy that playoff spot. Okay, so it's going to be one of those teams on the rise, but they still have a lot of holes to address. Mainly, to me, a third player, a perimeter player. We have to wait and see how Rondo develops. Not 100% sure on Rondo. Is he going to play through the whole season? Is injuries going to keep him progressing through the season? Or, maybe a suspension? It's always one or the other with Rondo. And to me, the bench. They really don't have a bench. The players that they have on the team as of right now, we're going to have to wait and see through the season how this folds out. But you have to realize that the Pelicans gave up a lot for Boogie Cousins, and to replenish that talent, even though some people out there feel like the people that they gave up, it was no big deal anyway, but that's a lot of talent to give up for Boogie Cousins, and it's going to take a while to replenish and get some talent back into that squad. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. To me, I feel like they have the opportunity to get the 8th seed. Okay, I feel like they have the opportunity to get the 8th seed. I feel like that's gonna be one of the teams that hasn't been in the playoffs for a while, and now they're making their way into the playoffs. The Lakers, I think they're going to have a good year, but they're not going to have a playoff contending year. The Clippers, I think they're going to figure out a way to make this work because they don't have Chris Paul there. And Chris Paul was an intricate part to their offense, okay? So now we have to wait and see how this materializes with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, okay? I feel like they're gonna be struggling for the 8th seed as well. But I feel like the New Orleans Pelicans have a little bit more than the Clippers. I think the Clippers have too many integral parts introduced on the team. It's gonna take a while for them to gel. All right. Versus the Pelicans, they pretty much got what they have, and they playing with the majority of these parts last season. And to me, I feel like there's more stability with the New Orleans Pelicans. And I think they're going to get the 8th seed. We're just going to have to wait and see and find out. Wait and see how this develops. Wait and see how this plays out. But yeah, they can be proven very successful, but they still need more pieces to make this a very successful team. Okay, but guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please, notification gang in the building. Hit the notification icon, the notification bell, so it'll let you know when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Down One, and I'm out. Peace.